Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to SHILLEM'S. Thank you for stopping by. Click on the subscribe button so you become member of this fashion community. Today I'll be showing us how to make a simple pencil skirt. Without wasting much of our time, let's dive into the business of the day. On your work table, fold your fabric into two, get the start line, and on that start line put in your waist measurement divided by 4. In this case, mine is 41 divided by 4, 10.25. Go ahead and add 1 inch for your dart and then 1 inch for the same allowance. Proceed to mark the length from your waist to your hip. Mine is 9 inches, but I'm taking note of the 2 inches outside the waistline because I'm going to be adding a band of 2 inches. On this hip line, add your hip circumference divided by 4. In this case, I'm using 11.25, that's 45 divided by 4, plus 1 inch for the same allowance, 12.25. Proceed to mark your full length of the skirt, still taking note of your 2 inches for your band. Sorry guys, it's not showing full. I'll adjust it soon. So once that is done, we'll end up with 3 different lines, that is the waistline, hip line, and the full length. Transfer this 12.25 less 1 inch or 2 inches depending on how penciled you want your skirt to be to the full length of your skirt. Next, work on your darts. To get your darts, divide your nipple to nipple measurement. Mine is 9 divided by 2. That gives me 4.5. I've gone ahead to mark the 4.5 mark there. And on that mark, I'll take out 0.5 inches on both sides. Then come down with 4.5 inches for my dart length. This is for the front. So join the lines together like you see me do and mark them out like this. Mark the different points you have on this side like this, the way you see me, from the waist to the hip and then from the hip to the full length of your skirt. For the waist, you are going to be adding hem allowance. Okay, add your hem allowance. All right, for this skirt I'm using hem allowance of 1 inch, just 1 inch to hem my skirt at the end of the day. Then remember, for the waist is curved, so I'm going to be coming down by 0.5 inches and then mark it into the waistline. Go ahead and cut off that part. So once you finish cutting, you have something like this. Then that is the front side ready. Fold your fabric like this. Take note of the 1 inch for the zipper allowance like I've already marked that, and then place your front side of the skirt on the fabric and trace it out. So after tracing it out, transfer your darts, or you just use your tape measure to do it just like you would have done ordinarily. So for this back side, you take your nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, which is 4.5. Take out your 0.5 inches on both sides, but you're going to increase the dart length for the back. For this skirt, I'm using a dart length of 6 inches. Usually, the dart length for the back of skirts is longer than that of the front. So once that is done, proceed to cut out your back side of your skirt and slit it open through the zipper side. We are done with that cutting. Proceed to joining this skirt. First, I'm going to stitch out my dart, which I've already done. Once that is done, fold your fabric this way. You will know if you have done the right thing if they sit on each other correctly like this. Do the same thing for the back side. Remove the dart and then go ahead and join the two sides. Arrange your fabric in such a way that they align together, front side facing front side for the back and the front side. Use your pins to hold them together and stitch down with your 1-inch allowance. I've gone ahead to stitch down with my 1-inch allowance, and this is what we have. Next, proceed to add your band. This band measures 5 inches wide by 43 inches length. Remember, the waist measurement is 41 inches, and then the extra 2 inches compensates for the zipper allowance on both sides. That is 1 inch on the right and 1 inch on the left. Take your time to attach this band with 0.5 inch allowance on this side, then stitch down with that same allowance. Once that is done, this is what I have. I have gone ahead to stitch it down, and then this is it. Next thing we are going to be doing is to attach our zipper. But before that, you take note of the different allowances that were added. For the zipper, we used 1 inch, so I'll mark it out. And then for the band height, we're using 2 inches. This is because I want my zipper to stop at the end of my band. So mark where your zipper wants to stop, and then go ahead to mark where you want your slit length to also stop. So I'll turn my skirt now and take note of where I want my slit length to stop. Remember, we added 1 inch allowance for hemming. I'm using 7 inches for my slit length, so when I finish folding in with my 1 inch allowance for hemming, I'll have 6 inches for the slit length. Proceed to stitch the lines, the distance between these two marked points now. So flip it over again, arrange your work and stitch down this way. I've gone ahead to stitch it down, and this is what I have. Next thing is to put in your zipper. Remember your 1 inch distance. Place your zipper on that line and feel free to open the zipper head to arrange your work very well. When you're stitching, stitch very close to the mouth of the zipper. Flip it over like this way, and use your pins to pin it down again using that same 1 inch zipper allowance. Like I said, feel free to always open your zipper head and arrange your work properly. While fixing your zipper, please ensure to take note of the lines, okay? That band lines, they must align so you can have something like this. Now that we have done this, we'll go ahead to complete our band. So next thing is to see to it that zipper ends at the beginning of the band. Fold your band into 2 equal halves like this. I've gone ahead to notch mine. Once you fold it this way, stitch very close to the zipper, alright? But don't stitch on top of the zipper. Neither should you stitch after the zipper. Very close to the zipper. So do for that and do for the other side. I've gone ahead to stitch it down. Remember to leave about 0.5 inch allowance to cover up your band when you are done. You can cut off this excess, or you just turn it over like I have done for mine. So this is what you're expected to have, though it's not quite showing very well, but when I zip it together, I suppose from the explanation you will get what you're supposed to do. So this is it. I've done for both sides, and then when I zip it, it comes off this way. Especially when you don't want to use any other fastener, maybe button or iron hook, this style works very well. This method works very well. So the next thing, we're going to finish up with our band. To finish up with this band, what you're going to do, remember that 0.5 inch allowance I ask you to leave. You fold it inward this way like you see me do. Fold it very well if you are using a thick fabric, or if you add gum stay just like I've done to mine. This fabric is quite light, so I decided to use that gum stay to give it that band, the band thing. Okay, so like I said, take your time, fold it very well, pin it down, ensure that stitch part, the part with which you added the band to the skirt, is inside. Push it inside and put your folding like this on top, because that's how you're going to stitch. You don't want to have a double line after stitching, so you take your time, arrange it very well and stitch it all round. Once you're done stitching, this is what you're expected to do. Like I said, make sure you stitch on that line with which you attached your band to the skirt. Give it a good press once you are done. So the next thing we're going to do now is to hem the skirt. We're almost done with this skirt making. Go ahead and hem your skirt. Remember, you used 1 inch allowance, so that is what I'm doing now. Fold it in first and then fold again like this. You can make yours higher depending on how you want to hem your skirt. There are different ways to do our hemming. So I've gone ahead to stitch it all around, and this is what I have. All right, give it a good press again, and that will be all for this skirt tutorial. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, do well to click on the subscribe button. All right, it's on the notification bell. This gets you notified upon every new video I upload. Once again, thank you for viewing this video. Thank you for watching up to this time. And that's me rocking my skirt, and there's a picture of me rocking my skirt. I appreciate you for being part of this fashion community. Let's do it again. See you in my next video. Bye.